Hello everyone, I'm Diana, CEO of Azur and Uncommon Accents, sitting here in Monaco with Michael Valgren. Michael, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Can you first tell me a little bit about your experience as a professional cyclist?
Yeah, I've been a professional cyclist for now almost 8 years. I live now here in Monaco for 5 years, so I've been abroad from my country like most of my career, and it's a tough job, but I love riding my bike, so it's pretty nice that I can live off my hobby basically, and being here in the French Riviera, good weather, nice climbs. I cannot think about anything else to do,
Yeah, so what brought you here to Monaco? Was it the weather and the...
Yeah, so I lived actually my first year in Italy. I think I was too young to move away already, so after being a few years in Denmark with pretty bad weather, I was like, okay, I gotta find a new place to live. Also just maybe some better training buddies, because in Denmark I was always the best, so I was trying to move to another place where I could get like more challenge, So I looked into many other places to move, and yeah, then I found Monaco. My wife and I, we came here because she could still study here. It's also a big part of the reason why we moved to Monaco back in the days. And then 1 year just took another, and now we've been here 5 years and have like amazing friends around here. And yeah, you still miss home a few times, but the environment we have around here is just like not ready to move back home anytime soon.
Yeah, I totally understand. So what do you love most about living here?
I think like what I really love is it's so easy. Like you don't have to think like every day the weather's good. You just get dressed. You don't have to look for the weather forecast or plan your route where you want to go. And also like we move here because of my job. So how do you say, like, you just go out every day, enjoy your bike, ride with your friends, which is pretty amazing. You have like 5-hour rides that just feel like an hour because you're in good company. You do your efforts, you get home, the wife makes you lunch, and the kid is happy, and like just good vibes around here. Like because everyone that we're together with, they moved here for a reason. They want to be here, so like it's just like a nice place to be.
Yeah, I totally agree, and the riding here is just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, like I don't think you get any better place. The climbs are absolutely fantastic for training. The weather is always great. Like I have friends who live in Italy and Girona and Spain, and I've been to those places also, but I don't see any places as good as this. Maybe the only thing I could need is to be a bit more flat. If I ride it on the coast, it's still pretty hilly, and there's maybe a little bit too much traffic, but for the rest, like, it's just perfect.
Yeah. So are there any challenges that you face living here as an expat?
Oh, definitely. Like language, for sure. Like in Monaco, luckily, most people speak English, but it's still French-based. So when I speak, French, but I get along with my English and my Italian. And then, I'd say like I miss my family quite often, especially now I have a 2-year-old son, and when he was born, after that, like you want to be more with my mom and dad. He can learn his grandmom and granddad and his cousins and stuff like that. That's the toughest thing, like to be away from family and not seeing them often, because I go back to Denmark 3 times a year, like for Christmas, and then once after the tour, and then once after the classics period. So I'm basically in Denmark only for maybe a month in the whole year. So it's hard not to see your family more than that, and also like your own friends. But we have so many good friends at home that when we go back home, it's just like the same when we left. So that gives you a bit of like calm that you're not gonna lose your friends, So I think, thank God for them. That's one of the reasons why we are still here, because we know when we are gonna go back home in a few years' time, maybe we still have our best friends around.
That's wonderful. And how long have you been a professional cyclist?
It's been my 8th year as a professional, and but before that I was already like living a professional life, doing racing at a continental level. So I think I've been living as a professional for almost like 11 years now. So I'd say I'm quite experienced, and a lot of things has changed now in professional cycling. You go way more to many more training camps now than you did previously. So actually, I think if I was turning pro now in Denmark, I probably wouldn't move to another country because you are training camps so much with your team that you don't really need like a base where the weather is good and stuff like that. So I think it's really different from 10 years ago.
But if you had to do it all over again, would you?
Oh, definitely. Like I wouldn't be this experienced without this experience. Like I'm really happy to move to another country and face those problems that we've been facing, like just getting your bank set up, getting an apartment, getting a car registration, and all these like normal things. It actually, I think, gives you hair on the chest for the life in the future when we have to set up our life back in Denmark when we move back there once.
Oh, for sure. And how would you say being an athlete all these years, being a professional cyclist, affects the way that you take on challenges in life?
Well, as a cyclist, we discussed this briefly. Like you lose like maybe 99% of your races, so you have to find out okay, after every race, like what can you do better and stuff like that. I think will help me in my afterlife, because I definitely have some challenges like finding a job and stuff like that, and just give you a lot of motivation, being a cyclist, to find a goal. You work towards a goal, and I think with that determination and persistence that I have as an athlete, that will help me in my career and in my future to just find a job or find out what I want to do and really chase that also 110%.
Right. And so you're just heading into your off-season period now, right?
Yeah.
Have any plans?
I do. For once, we have a really good off-season plan. Actually, I'm going to London next weekend with my wife, without the little one.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be the first time we have a weekend off without my son in 2 years' time. So It's also going to be a cool experience. And then a week to Portugal. Then we go a few days to Denmark just to see the family very quick. And then, the off-season is almost over. It's now you have 3 or 4 weeks without the bike, then you have to start training again, start the training camps for the next season. But I'm really looking forward to these 4 weeks without the bike, to be with the family as much as possible and just enjoy life.
I can imagine. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for taking the time to talk to me. I wish you all the best.
Thank you
best
very
of
much.
luck, and hope to catch up with you again, maybe on the bike.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.